You're listening to Happy Voicing. I'm joined with a very special guest today, someone who you might recognize and love their work, whether it's from Animation Station with Millie Martins, Crayola Crew, or Lacey's Webisodes. Here's LaKira Porter. I'm here with an amazing guest today, someone that needs very little introduction, but someone that is absolutely amazing with the voice acting scene, and someone that has been doing absolutely great work on social media. So can you give yourself a little bit of an introduction?
Okay, hello. Thank you for having me, Skylar. I'm LaKira Porter, and I'm a voice actor. I've been voice acting for about 7+ years, and I have 10+ years of theater experience.
So
Um,
amazing.
yeah. Uh, I'm mostly prominent in indie animation voiceover work. I'm scattered throughout the indie space and a lot of very underrated projects. And mostly being the leads too. So
Mm,
that's really exciting. It's really funny how I just stumbled my way into these roles.
right. Absolutely.
But I'm super happy to be here. I guess some projects that I voice in is for Animation Station, the Three Tomes, Lacey's Webisodes, a lot of underrated indie projects, me and my
Yeah.
genie towards
Absolutely.
Galaxy's End. Yep.
Absolutely. So what does being a voice actor mean to you?
Being a voice actor means to me mostly play.
Yeah.
It gives us a space to make believe, because as a kid I really loved playing make believe with my twin sister and my nieces.
Yeah.
uh I would always make the most extravagant characters up doing silly voices.
Yeah.
And once got I started watching cartoons a lot, and I was like, whoa, wait. At like the ripe age of 12, I was like, wait, people do this for a living?
Yeah.
Wow. But my first inkling wasn't to like, let me just be a voice actor. I was like, I'm gonna be a showrunner. I'm gonna make a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Cause I was
that.
like, I don't think I could be a voice actor because I don't live in the hub. Or like,
Yeah.
because everyone always say Hollywood for everything acting related,
Yeah.
or like California.
Yeah.
So I kind of just threw it out my head until like years later, I'm in college and I'm 19, and I just was like, wait, let me just try it anyway.
Right.
What's the worst that could happen? I'm seeing people before I even knew there was a word for indie animation or like indie. I just
Mm.
thought they were YouTube cartoons.
Yeah.
um I was seeing like voice actors on those. So I was like, wait, this might be something I can do. So let me just head over to eBay and get me a crappy USB mic.
Yeah.
I had the blue snowball mic. But anyway,
Ah.
yes. Oh my god, it was like recording in a trash can. Oh my god.
Yeah. I love that.
But anyway, I digress. What it means to be a voice actor is just play. Bringing characters to life. That's just like my life's passion.
Yeah.
um I'm always so inspired to see like the how people can use their imaginations to create these stories, and being able to like help bring their passion, their little head gremlins that they've had for years
Right.
to life is just so it's just so fulfilling seeing, especially like when it's like in the animatic phase and you just see your voice, moving their characters. They get so happy and it makes me happy. So that's
Yeah.
what it means to me. It's
Awesome.
very inspiring to see.
When you started your voice acting journey, what was your experience in assimilating or joining into the voice acting community?
It was very interesting. Initially I started doing like comic dubs for like manga.
Yeah.
I met a couple people online mainly on Instagram. That's where I started out. And we had like a group chat and everything. We would do like fan dubs for anime. We would like redub the voices
Yeah.
and stuff. um and honestly from there, that's how I honestly got a lot of my roles, just unintentionally making friends and connections.
Yeah.
And then when they get into projects they would recommend me, or they'll talk to someone about me to an artist or a creator, and they'll reach out to me themselves.
Wow.
It was very very heartwarming to see that there was so many people around my age, similar demographics to like way different demographics. It's
Yeah.
just we just all come together online. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Have you picked up on any advice that truly resonated with you throughout your journey?
Okay. So, um some advice that really resonated with me is to not compare yourself to other people,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, um like even look at some of like the classic voice actors like Rob Paulson, Tara Strong, Gray Delisle, people like them. They had different ways of how they got into the industry. They had to do like recorded like videotapes for the
Yeah.
for their demo reels.
Absolutely.
So it was just it's different steps that people get into voice acting. So all of our journeys aren't going to be as, some could be quick, some could take like years and years to get into where you even want to be, or like start to be in the rooms where you want to be in. So sometimes I have to remind myself because I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, we're kind of similar. Why do I not have this opportunity, but they do? But at the end of the day, you don't know how hard they worked.
Yeah.
Um you don't know, I think it's like a combination of luck, talent, and the opportunity just being there.
Yeah.
So maybe they just were luckier.
I
Um
see.
Yep. So my greatest advice was to not compare yourself.
Yeah. I've heard that
People,
like a big metaphor or like symbol that voice actors use is like it's like a marathon and it's not a race. And it's like
yep.
for you to be a part of like this rat race and being able to like do it, it's a big commitment and being able to like put yourself out there and be able to start this journey or continue this journey. It's something that just always is like you have to keep like managing it. And it's just something that you have to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, you really do have to be a strong strong when it comes to rejection and such,
Mm,
because it can be a long road. You can even like, even if you have like a month where you just win after win, you can have months where you just get nothing. So you kind of just have to bide your time and figure out what to do. You can either like do social media or work on
yeah.
like direct marketing. Just bide your time and
Yeah.
just try to focus on the positive, because it can be daunting and it can hurt to face the constant rejection, but you
Yeah.
gotta hang in, you gotta hang in there.
Absolutely. With AI becoming more rampant and many companies attempting to convert to more AI practices, which in turn steals human workers, what are some strategies that you practice to make sure that you're delivering and associating with real and human voices?
Okay, some strategies, I would say, okay, there's an org. I honestly don't know what it stands for because I
Mm,
haven't took the time to look, or I just forgot.
yeah.
It's called Nava, and they do a good job at like advocating against like AI, and have a free like AI writer contract
Mm,
where you can send to a client, and it basically lists down everything about like, hey, I don't want you to replicate my voice or use it for training, yada yada yada, stuff about
yeah.
the iCloud or whatever. And that's very helpful. That's one of the tools I utilize a lot when it comes to working with new clients.
Hmm.
What was the other part of your question?
The other part is how do you associate as well with human actors and being able to make sure that like whenever you're providing your voice for a role, how do you make sure that like other people aren't trying to like how directors are trying to like implement more AI, like either writing or characters or having voice actors potentially being played by AI. I know like a big example is like how the finals and arc raiders were originally started with AI voice actors,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote.
Yep.
So like just how do you think about that?
Um, Honestly, I just try to uplift my fellow peers
Yeah.
and friends in voiceover, because it can be hard, man. Sometimes they don't care, they just care about the money.
Yeah.
But all you can do is just be there for each other,
Yeah.
and just keep advocating and like sending emails to people when it comes to being against AI.
Yeah.
It's because at the end of the day, it's not. It doesn't breathe the life that a human does into a character's line.
Yeah.
um Bringing our human experience into that role is the most important part. So I don't
Yeah.
understand how they can, like, you know what, let me just use AI that
Yeah.
has no feeling, no emotion, no connection to the character or the role.
Yeah.
It's just trying to simple, I guess, make things simple for them, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. At the end of the day, people are going to notice.
Yeah.
And on a positive note, people are noticing. Even like
Yeah.
people outside of voice acting, they're like, wait a minute, I don't like this, doesn't sound real.
Yeah. Absolutely. How can young people seeking entry into the business compete with both AI and senior talent?
Honestly, you just kind of have to, despite it all, keep going.
Yeah.
Because it can be like daunting and stressful and even humiliating at times, that you have to compete with not with the, veteran actors, but like when it comes to AI. um But honestly, just go in with a open mind and willing to learn, because you're, at the end of the day, you're a beginner. So take classes, take workshops, train, train some more,
Yeah.
practice, and then train some more.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's all you really can do. And when it comes to the veteran voice actors, you honestly, they got to where they were by the hard work that they put in.
Yeah.
So maybe one day that could be used. Just put in the same amount of hard work, but in
Yeah.
your own way.
Just keep going
Yep,
and just
pretty
like
much.
yeah, just keep playing in this like almost like marathon esque way and just like continue to put yourself out there and that's absolutely I 100% agree with that.
Yep. You kind of in a way, since I'm literally just getting into content creating,
Yeah.
it's in a way kind of like that. You should go in, even if in the long run you want to make money out of it,
Yeah.
you have to go in with a open mind and being positive, like, okay, I know this isn't going to be like a get rich quick scheme,
Yeah.
or a get in the cool role scheme.
Yeah.
You have to be in it for the long run. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to look at it in that way. With,
Absolutely.
with learning anything, to be honest, you're not going to be good at it when
Yeah.
you first start. And sometimes I have to remind myself about that, because like I'm not going to be good at things when you first try it. You got to learn. There's a
Yeah.
learning curve for everything.
Absolutely. What preparation do you see as most helpful for the field? So this can either be this is more of a broad question where you can either answer it regarding like vocal warm-ups that you do, or you can go into like what type of headspace do you have to be in and like going into either marketing or going into contacting a director or other fellow voice actors or going into preparing yourself for the audition.
Okay, when it comes to getting ready to do auditions or like voice work in general,
Yeah.
the good thing to do, which sometimes I neglect, is
Mm.
vocal warm-ups, because at the end of the day, vocal health is so important. This is your instrument, your
Yeah.
tool, your money maker, the thing that's going to help bring people's characters to life. So you have to put a high value in your instrument.
Yeah.
Um, I honestly go on YouTube and just look up vocal warm-ups. I do
Yeah.
vocal singing warm-ups, because if you didn't know, singing and even taking singing lessons can help broaden your voice, your vocal range. So
Yeah.
that is a tool you can utilize.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to marketing, look, it really depends on what step you're in your career, because I wouldn't go in heavy if you don't have like demo reels and such.
Yeah.
But you can look up, I guess, starting with indie stuff. You For video games and stuff, you can look on Steam and like itch.io, I think that's what it's called.
Mm.
And look up upcoming video games, and then maybe email the people who are like working on those new games.
Okay.
That's a good way to like direct market.
Yeah.
And then a step up, once you're very prepared and you have, your ducks in a row, you have your demo reels, you feel like you have a good like website portfolio and such, then if you want to get in Genshin, maybe you could look up like who's in charge of casting and try to cold email.
Yeah.
Um, or you can like make sure you check on their social medias to see if they're actually looking to have more people, because it can be a lose lose, because if there someone's not specifically looking for like new actors, sometimes it could be looked down upon if you're
Yeah.
cold emailing them.
I see.
But
Okay.
yes, and sending follow-up emails, you can do a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet on my Apple Pages where I just when I email someone, um I have the date if they responded, and then when to follow up in, I would say 6 to 12 months, or like six
Yeah.
months to, some people do 3 months, but I think that might be excessive if they
I
don't
see.
respond.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So you can do that. And I would say potentially you could do like check to see where they're located to like email during in their time zone. That could be very helpful, but I
Yeah.
have some peers who don't do that. They'll just email and just call it a day, not
Yeah.
look at
Absolutely.
the time zone. So it's really up to you and your preference.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is a really helpful tool.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets will save the day.
Absolutely. Has there been a role or project for you that has been rewarding to you?
um Honestly, all of them, but if I had to say one right now, the three tomes, because it just, okay, so basically it's a black main character, and she honestly stumbled into becoming a witch
Yeah.
against her will. She's like nervous, she doesn't like change, and she has two vampire boys who are fawning over her.
Yeah.
And I love this because it just, Brie Navicus is the creator of that, or Brianna Navicus. Um they honestly wanted to take the black girlfriend trope, the disposable black girlfriend trope.
Yeah.
Wanted to take that and flip it, because black girls deserve love. We're not, shouldn't be like the last thought of or looked at.
Right.
So I thought
Absolutely.
that was so sweet, and it's also just a show that I feel like I would have just freaked out about as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the representation that just does it for me. My
Yeah.
heart is so
Absolutely.
full of seeing it. The pilot of that is out now. It kind of gives me like a Gravity Falls, like the Owl House vibe if you're
Yeah.
into that type of stuff. A very Twilighty, a
Yeah.
lot of Twilight tropes. It's really good, and it
Yeah.
just warms my heart, the representation.
I love that. I love that because it's especially being like a black or person of color whenever you're
Mhm.
in the voice acting space. It's so easy, especially whenever you're younger, that you have to like be very like picky is not the right word, but you have to be very like you have to look really hard to find good representation and not like
Yes.
something that follows like stereotypes and stuff. I know for me personally, a big like motivator was like a Tem from Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever they introduced the Pharaoh arc and they provided like how he was like more of a person of color. And then also Axel Brody from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX,
Mhm.
who are both black characters, and it's just been something that like I personally love. So it's great to find representation, and it's so great having indie work that is actually like putting more of like creative voices out there and allowing themselves to be more like genuine and be more natural about the human experience. And it's just so wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, seeing black people exist.
Yeah.
We should be able, there was a tweet that Bree told me about, where someone was like, black people deserve to go to Narnia. Why?
Yeah.
Yes, it was like a really good, I think it was a Blue Sky post,
Yeah.
um, about just representation in like fantasy and sci-fi. Why is it consider it's not escapism once you add black people? I feel
Yeah.
like you have to do some inner work and thinking on yourself if that's how you feel about it.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
deserve to just exist. It's not like there for like brownie points for representation. It's
Yeah.
just like we just want to exist in these situations too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there any work, roles, or classes that you would like to share for any aspiring voice actors?
I recommend Scary Good Studios. They have good workshops.
Mhm.
Randy Greer, one of the leads at the studio, he does like a good like engineering your best auditions class that he does occasionally. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was free.
Yeah.
That one at least, I think. I don't remember. Don't quote me, don't quote me.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. To make sure you're checking your audio quality and how your booth is up to par or not.
Yeah.
Um, and I think Melissa Medina had a class for at Scary Good Studios. Also had a video game like efforts class, how
Mm.
to like scream and like the video games fighting noises and
Yeah,
stuff,
absolutely.
running and how to do it safely without hurting your voice. I did that as like a what is it, an auditor, the auditor where you just sit and watch everyone else do it and take
Yeah.
notes or whatever.
Yeah.
It was still a really good opportunity. And then have you heard of Red Sight?
I have, yeah.
Yes, by Jun Yoon. Good guy, good actor. He's like the voiceover dad of the community.
Absolutely.
He has a studio called Red Sight, and he hosts different classes with different like ranging from like super popular voice actors to like voice actors that are less known but they have good resume. They have engineering classes from acting, workshops, a lot. One thing that I really like, they did a free workshop with Brittany Cox, if you've heard of her.
I think I
She's in
have.
Marvel Rivals as Angela.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
She did a class for just answering, it was basically a Q&A for answering what makes a good demo.
Yeah.
And yep, because she also has a demo production studio. Oh, also Scary Good Studios also have had a free workshop for that too, for
Okay.
demo production. So
Cool.
it's nice to weigh out your opinions and see um the different options and such,
Yeah.
and what people have differing opinions about stuff. So make sure you just, listen. You can listen, it takes some things with a grain of salt, but just weigh out your options, because some people have very differing opinions on like different techniques, from demo production to like auditioning
Yeah.
to should you do pay to plays or not and stuff like that. So just
Right.
do what works for you and listen.
Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
recommend.
So the last question that we have, something that I personally love doing, if you were to give a younger you a bit of advice from the experience that you've garnered all the way up to this point, whether it's as a creative or a voice actor, and those go tandem and hand in hand, or just overall something that you wish that you could hear when you were younger, what would you say to them?
I would tell myself to just be yourself. You
Yeah,
don't have to pretend to be someone else.
yeah,
Be your amazing, silly, awkward self.
I love that.
Yep. And when it comes to voiceover, don't compare yourself. Oh God, don't do it. It
Yeah,
sucks. And to just keep going. Try to save money.
true, true, very
Yes,
true.
especially if you're trying to move to a different state for work.
Absolutely.
Yep, but all in all, just keep doing what you're doing. Have fun with it and keep an open mind.
All right. Well, thank you so much for providing your time and being able to talk with me about all things voiceover. Thank you so much.
Of course, you're very welcome. I had fun answering your questions.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to this edition of Happy Voicing. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember, whether you're starting out or experienced, break a leg and happy voicing.